Across the country now, I think everyone knows that sustainability and doing the right thing is really, really important. And that's something the owners are really passionate about here. And in turn, everybody needs to get on the same train. For example, we've started to weigh our food waste in the kitchens. And then you start looking into, how can we minimize that? What does that look like? We're starting to create recipes on the back of that. So the breakfast will go through tons and tons of mushrooms. We peel them, we take the stalk off. Some used to go into a stock, some would go to a puree, but if we didn't need them, they would go in the bin. But now they're all turned into ketchups for our steak dish. It's pushed us to be creative and use and utilize as much food waste. But actually, you never want, you're not going to throw something away if you can use it, and that's been the same for forever.
Sustainability is definitely a mindset change, and not just for our guests, but for some of our team members as well. It's not something they've perhaps thought about before. Like weighing the food waste in our kitchens, that took a while. We have someone in the kitchens called Finn who really champions that, and I'm really grateful for him, because I think without someone specifically in that area, it's quite hard to change people's mindsets and get them going towards something. But I am quite lucky that many of our staff are quite open-minded towards such things.
Gavin calls me the food waste warrior. Just managing waste, how can we reduce it? Where is the waste coming from? Yeah, and what we can do to minimise it, essentially, in the kitchen. I think it's also a very good way to be creative. You look at everything in a different way. If it doesn't need to go in the bin, what can we do with it? But obviously, fundamentally, does it taste nice? We're not putting stuff on the menu that doesn't taste good. Very passionate about food waste, yeah. Super duper, yeah.
If you take the avocado, some might say we shouldn't use an avocado because avocados, come from overseas, and the CO2 produced and how they come to be in the country. So we're now working on a dish with peas. So we're going to whip up some peas with some lemon oil and some sourdough, some poached eggs and some salsa verde, and just do the same dish we do with the avocado. There's a lot going on at the Headland with sustainability, and there's a big focus in the kitchen of how do we minimise the one thing, the food waste. But actually the bigger picture really is we are not on our own looking to save the planet, we're looking to do our bit.